to create that shield that will protect us, to build the shield with taqwa that will protect us out of the month of Ramadan. And this is why I gave Mubarak in the beginning to everyone, that if you are alive in the month of Ramadan, brothers and sisters in Islam, this is a great achievement. It is a great achievement. Sayyiduna Talha radiallahu ta'ala anhu, a famous companion of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he had a dream, and this is the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that whenever the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would have a dream, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam would motivate them that often you had a good dream, you come and narrate it to me. So the Sahaba alayhim wa ridwan, in the presence of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, used to narrate their good dreams. If they had a good dream, they would narrate their dreams to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So one day Sayyidina Talha bin Ubaydillah radiallahu ta'ala anhu came to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, I have this amazing dream. What's the dream? He said, in my dream I saw two companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam who had already passed away. Sayyidina Talha bin Ubaydillah in his dream, he saw himself in his dream, and two other companions. One of the two companions was a martyr. He was martyred. And he was known for his piety. In the community, in the eyes of people, he was known to be more pious than the other companions. Both of these companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam accepted Islam on the same day. Both Sahaba embraced Islam on the same day. One Sahabi passed away the year before the other Sahabi, and he was also martyred. He was also a martyr. He passed away 1 year before the other Sahabi. But Talha bin Ubaydillah radiallahu ta'ala said to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, I had a dream, and in my dream I saw that the angels are calling the Sahaba to enter Jannah. And Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, one, the Sahabi who passed away the year after, he was called first. The Sahabi who passed away the year after, remember, both embraced Islam on the same day, both had passed away. Talha bin Ubaydillah ta'ala anhu had a dream about the three, Talha bin Ubaydillah and the other two Sahaba. And he said that the one who passed away the year after, he was called to Jannah first. And the one who was a martyr, he was called to enter Jannah after. When he mentioned this, the companions were confused. Why is it that the man who was known for his piety and the Sahabi who was a martyr, why was he invited after the other one? And the other one who passed away the year after, he was invited, he was called to Jannah first. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, did he not live for another year? They said yes. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, وَأَدْرَكَ Ramadan. He was blessed with another Ramadan. He worshipped Allah Jalla wa Ala in the month of Ramadan, and the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, the distance between these two Sahaba is like the distance between the heavens and the earth. The distance between the two is like ma bayna as-sama wal-ard, between the heavens and the earth. Do you follow this, brothers? A man who lived for another year and respected the month of Ramadan, worshipped in the month of Ramadan, was blessed with a status greater than the status of a martyr. Remember my talks about awliya. A martyr is a great maqam of wilayat. That means you guys can become greater than martyrs. You guys can reach a great status of spirituality. And you think that, no, I'm a lost cause. It's impossible for me. I can't do Tawbah. Many Ramadans have passed. Many motivational lectures of Ramadan I've heard. I've come across many. But these breezes of mercy that are sent by Allah Jalla wa Ala, they will touch you in the form of Ramadan. You just have to embrace them. Just imagine this. This man is a martyr. He was known for his piety. He was a lot more pious than the other one. The only difference between the martyr and this man was that he was blessed with another Ramadan. And he worshipped Allah Jalla wa Ala in the month of Ramadan. And what was his status? Status greater than the status of a martyr. Don't you remember the hadith what a martyr is? How the martyr is venerated in the court of Allah Jalla wa Ala? The maqam of a shaheed. And this other Sahabi was blessed with a greater status than him only because of the blessed month of Ramadan. He respected the month of Ramadan. And look at the distance between them. The Ramadan has created such a big difference of status and rank between them. Ma bayna as-sama wal-ard, whatever is between the heavens and the earth. That's the difference between the two. Today you are blessed with that blessed month of Ramadan and the training before the blessed month of Ramadan. If we are blessed with the month of Ramadan. This is why we say, make this dua and keep making this dua. This desperation, this excitement, this happiness, yearning to meet Ramadan. Oh Allah, bless me with Ramadan. Not to count the number of hours we have to fast, to feel nervous, Ramadan is coming, I will feel hungry, I will feel thirsty. That means we are not bothered about Ramadan. That means we don't care about Ramadan. That means we have the attitude of those people who say, if it comes, if I'm forgiven, that's fine. If not, then we'll see what happens. When time comes, we'll see. That's just passing time. That's not the attitude of a believer. The attitude of a believer for the month of Ramadan is he yearns to meet the blessed month of Ramadan. Oh Allah, bless me with the privilege so I can experience another Ramadan in my life. This is why the companions of Rasulullah, once they were blessed with Ramadan, 6 months, their hearts would tremble with the fear. What if my song wasn't accepted? And the remaining 6 months they would spend in dua. Ya Allah, bless me with another Ramadan. Ya Allah, bless me. The entire life would revolve around the month of Ramadan.